Hello and welcome to Kickstarter Talk. This is the Halloween edition, as this is the weekend that we celebrate Halloween because most of you will have to be at work during Halloween. Aww. I'll be out trick-or-treating with the CEO of Written Sins, Jack Sanderson. So let's get into it. Halloween is here. See all the tricks and treats now on Kickstarter, with Comic-Con stops at the bottom. That's right, we've now infused the bottom of the list to include upcoming Comic-Con convention stops from indie comic creators. So this is fall in love with these Kickstarters. Here is your list for Kickstarters that are a must-have for indie comic book collectors. Check out the list weekly as it changes all the time. And if you're coming back to see what's new, if you don't come back to see what's new, you'll miss out. So we'll start off every week now with Every Dollar Counts. We are no longer going to be doing, just as a informational note, we're no longer doing picks of the week. Well, that is being replaced with us using Kickstarters now as the promotions behind other videos that we're doing, including the now nightly Written Sins news brief. So that is being replaced. We'll explain more about that at a later time. I don't want to take up everyone's time right now, but just know that that's been replaced by Every Dollar Counts. So what does Every Dollar Count mean? Every Dollar Counts means that even with a Kickstarter like mine, where I'm $246 or $44 away from funding, $1 might not get me to my goal, but it's certainly going to show people that you believe in me. And by getting that belief out there, other people might be willing to back it, including the fact that you're also showing people that you support me, which helps bring up that category of how many backers I have, which is very important. Beware of the Spider now on Kickstarter. Has a lot of backers. We're gonna see how many when we look this over. A fantastic creation, just stunning. The legend of the son of Nisi the Spider is Nami continues when he must stop a hive of were hornets. Now, if you back and get a physical copy of Were Spider and Pixie Dust, an epic fantasy hardcore graphic novel, you guys are in for a treat. You get a special print. It's on Written Sins right now, so you guys can actually check it out, see what it looks like. Just look up the promotion for it. We're very happy to be supporting this because Pixie Dust, for those who don't know, is Russell's third book in his horror trilogy. This ends his trilogy, which he's been working on now for almost a decade. He's been doing a great job with it. Join him on Kickstarter. Let's never forget to support our veterans. It's very important to remember that when our veterans return home, it's our job to support them any way that we can. We really do hope that you join us in celebrating the fact that these amazing troops that go out and they give up parts of their life to ensure the safety of America. We really do hope that you guys join us in celebrating them and helping them when they return to our soils. The Veteran's Wife is one of the programs we're proud to call a affiliate. The Red Time is about crime. Is a crime comic about Trevor Alley and his fight to survive on Buckside Island. We're going to see more about that today. We're also going to take a look at Follow the Wave. Is a high seas adventures of a tale of love, revenge, brought to life in this beautifully crafted one-shot novel, graphic novel, I should say. So we're looking forward to learning more about that in the coming minutes. And as always, once we get through this list, you guys will see the full list. So just bear with us a few minutes as we get to it. Support R4AU, the Autistic Jedi, with this patch. Now, the patch is going to be able to, the funding of this patch is going to go into them going to DragonCon 2018. So it's not cheap to get around. Obviously, sometimes you need to and plan ahead, and that's what this is, one of the things that we're looking for. So sorry, just dealing with the message never stops. That's a good thing. Butch the Butcher is now on Kickstarter. Michael Metlin's awesome creative book, Butch the Butcher, is now available on Kickstarter. He's the creator behind Kane. We're going to talk more about that in a minute. Fetish Babies Aftermath. That's my project, which you can get the R4AU autism patch through it, and that goes directly to them, the proceeds. We don't take anything from that, so we're not making a profit off that. I want you guys to know that. It's just about supporting them, and I know some people want to support me, but they don't really into fetish, so I wanted to give a tier that was different and unique, so that was my way of helping them out, and helping people who want to back me get something cool. Paranormal Investigator Showdown, the PIS. What Ghosts, Demons, and Monsters couldn't tear apart, Married Life did. Check into the Twilight Hotel. We'll tell you more about why in a few minutes. The Chronicles of the Few and the Cursed is now on Kickstarter, doing great things, along with Everything Burning Down Around. Mystery Volume 4. We're going to look more in Dirk Manning's awesome creation. Hacksaw Jim Duggan comes to wrestling comic books. Oh! I'll get you a better hoe later. Replicator 1 and 2 are now on Kickstarter. 2 comics at once. 1 Kickstarter doing amazing things. Alter Life issues 1 through 4. A mind-bending sci-fi comic book series. Awesome stuff. 1 through 4 is for people who might not necessarily have already gotten it. So it's like a catch-up Kickstarter. So stay tuned with that. The perfect Christmas gift is the Tomb of the Horror Festivus. Frightmare Volume 4. Check it out. Rami is now live on Kickstarter. We're going to learn more about that in a minute. An ex-priest and his supernatural sidekick hunt down a demonic carnival. This is Soulless. 30 stories of role-playing characters come to life in Kickstarter. It's Death Saves. It's SFC Tag Team. Back again to start what is going to be a launching of an entire universe. We're going to talk more about that coming up in a few minutes. And as always, if you are one of us and you are an advocate for indie comics, it's time to sign up for our sites, like our page, join our Facebook group where you as a creator can put up your content and we can instantly give it to the site, or we'll get it up to the site within a day or two usually, because we don't want to double book because you already promoted it that day, so we'll wait a day or two, especially with the Facebook standards of spam that keep becoming problematic. Copy the link below and make sure that it is in your bookmarks, because this list changes weekly. This is an entire list. We're going to talk more about that at the end of the program. But for now, let's learn more about this amazing Kickstarter. Oh, well, apparently his Nana has come to life. Sorry, guys. This one is not going to be available for Kickstarter. I guess when I looked at it, it was still live. I must have underestimated how much longer it was going to be live for, but that's good. Breaking news, it's funded 498 backers, just shy of 500. So congratulations to the creative team behind this. We're very proud of you. We'll make sure to remove that from the list and put it in our Hall of Records portion of our Opinion Stage, which Opinion Stage has been nice enough to allow us to use their software at a huge discount. So they're our partner when we do these lists. We're going to move on to Pixie Dust. Now, if you haven't backed Isnani, you can no longer get that special print. Sorry. But let's find out more about Pixie Dust.
Hello, everybody. This is Russell Nolte, creator of Ichabod Jones' Monster Hunter, Katrina Hates the Dead, and editor of the Monsters and Other Scary Shit anthology. And I'm here to tell you about my new book, Pixie Dust. Pixie Dust is a 100% complete graphic novel about a pixie monster hunter that is betrayed, murdered, sells her soul to the queen of the underworld, and comes back as a zombie to seek revenge on the king that killed her. And that's right, I did say it is 100% complete. Drawn by Nicholas Torres of Godlikes, Faithless, and Franklin and Ghost, Pixie Dust is 88 pages of art and over 20 pages of back matter content, including pinups by Jen Hickman, Rivinus, Angela Fullard, and many, many more. Most importantly, this is the end of my Monster Hunter trilogy that started with Ichabod Jones' Monster Hunter, continued with Katrina Hates the Dead, and now finishes with Pixie Dust. So here's the deal. The book is 100% complete. We've done all 112 pages of interior art and laid it out. All we're looking for is you to help push us over the edge and help get this book printed. If you do that, you're going to get an amazing book. You're going to get a book that's in hardcover, that's so bound in, that's beautiful. I am very, very good at making beautiful books. So I hope you will come in. I hope you will join us. And I hope you love what you see behind you. If you love epic fantasy, if you love Ichabod, if you love Katrina, if you love what we do at Wannabe Press or any of my other books, I promise you, you're going to love this too. This is the culmination of 10 years of my life. So I hope I see you inside the backer wall. And you can always go below and see a lot more information, videos, pictures, and everything else to help you make an informed decision. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
All right, guys. You can see here that he's brought in $21,000, which is exactly where he needed to be able to say that he could break even with the project. Even though he had a goal of $15,000, he made the goal at a point where he was willing to come out of pocket a bit, but now this will make sure he doesn't have to come out of pocket, so congratulations to Russell. This looks like a great campaign. I'm sorry to hear that it's going to be the last. Maybe he'll start another 3-part trilogy. But let's look forward to the future of Russell and the creations he's going to be bringing us. And we're going to move on to the Veteran's Wife. So the Veteran's Wife is a program that winds up helping people out. And there's even a VetCon giveaway. We're giving away 6 tickets to Fantastic Con of Fort Wayne this weekend. The tickets will go to 1 or 2 families, depending on family size. Kids under 5 are free. To enter the con, to win, comment your favorite superhero and the number of tickets you need. We'll pick the winner today, so hopefully we'll get to report who the winners are or see who the winners are sometime later today. But these are the things that they do, and this is why it's important to both like the page and support the page. Let's talk about Red Tide.
Hey guys, I'm Bill. I'm a milkman from Maine, as you can see by my uniform and milk crate backdrop. I'm here to talk to you about my comic project, Red Tide. I hope you enjoy the presentation, and I hope you'll consider backing us. Thank you. For generations, Trevor and Allie's family have been fishermen living on the island of Buck's Head, Maine. That all changed with the coming of the red tide, a toxic algal bloom that affects all of the shellfish it touches. The island's economy crashed. Most of the islanders left, but some refused to leave. In order to save their home and preserve the only life they've ever known, Trevor and his godfather Abel were dealing with the devil. Using their fishing boats, they began distributing heroin throughout Maine and Canada. Business was booming. Soon, Trevor and Abel ran a small heroin empire and began to revitalize the island. But when tragedy strikes and Abel's son goes missing, it begins a series of events that could undo everything they had built and doom Buck's Head Island forever. Red Tide started as a short story, but since then we've taken the concept and turned it into a 6-issue miniseries. With revised scripts and updated art, Red Tide is better than ever. Your money will go toward paying the team for their hard work and for the printing costs that come with distributing the book to as many people as we can. All of the tiers offer a great value for your pledge, no matter the price. For only $1, you will receive the entire first issue as a digital download. So even if you pledge the minimum, you still get to enjoy the full book. From there, the tiers are set up so that you receive the previous tier's rewards. So if you spend $8 to get the physical copy of the book, you'll also get all of the rewards from before that mark. With this setup, we hope that all of our backers are getting the value they deserve from their pledge. That concludes the video. Thank you very much for watching.
Ruben Martinez is saying hello from Chicago. Hello, Ruben Martinez. How's Chicago today? I know Florida's beautiful. It's 70 degrees outside. It's fantastic. And so is Red Tide. Red Tide looks amazing. It needs some support. We have 6 days to go. Please, please help us get this funded. And now I'm going to explain this to you guys, and it's even more important than ever. Sharing things have never become as important as they are now. Facebook has implemented a lot of new stringent censoring, and they're calling everything spam at this point. It's not just me. I know my sisters, who helps me with Written Sins, has ran into a problem with it. Those who've met Shorty, you know who I'm talking about. She comes to cons with me. Her actual Facebook is now on a timeout. Mine's on a timeout, and we're getting. She got a timeout for sharing a Kickstarter that wasn't even mine, fellow creators, and they just decided it was spam. There's no explanation. There's no customer service. There's no one talking back. This is a time where it's not great to be an indie comic book creator on Facebook. It's getting kind of weird. I know a lot of creators are hitting the wall and they're blocking accounts, and it's all coming down to if you're not paying for it, they're not gonna respect you. So it's very important that you guys help out creators that you believe in. If you see a project you like, just spend the time and share it on Facebook. Please do that for the Kickstarters that you see on this program today that you believe in. Please do that. Show Facebook that if it's a social media site, they can't limit what gets shared because it's ridiculous. And it's ironic because going to my sister's thing, and we're just going to scroll this real quick. Today she had made a comment about this new way to limit what's shown on your actual, there's a new algorithm out today. And about it, and suddenly she got blocked later in the day. So I don't know if it's paranoia to say that it's related. I've been talking about this for months, warning people this was coming, and here it is. And it's been affecting a lot of creators. Since I've been talking about it, I've been getting a lot of inboxes of people going, this is horse shit. I can't believe this is happening. But it is, guys. We need to help you fans to help us kind of take the power back, as it were. So please share the Kickstarters that you see that are amazing today on your social media platform and give them a chance to get across the gamut. Because I'm seeing Kickstarters are now struggling to fund, and I'm hearing a lot of people talk about how hard it is. And it's only getting harder now that these companies are coming in. And to be honest with you, this was a point that was made, and we're going to hear about Follow the Wave in a second. A point made to me in an inbox was, how do we know that these Kickstarter companies aren't going around reporting all these things? Because someone had suggested at one point that it could be someone that didn't like me, but then I heard other creators going through the same problem. So then while talking, someone had said, hey, what about all those companies that now charge to promote Kickstarter? How do you know they're not following you and trying to hurt you? And you don't. I don't know what's going on. I know it's not cool to be an indie comic book creator right now. It's why we're going to Kickstarter, and we're trying to invite our Kickstarter audience to come in and see these things now. And you guys can see it's not just about my projects. I'm trying here, but we need your support to help this get further. Let's find out about the wave.
I'm old now. My mind is clouded as the depths of the sea I once sailed. My memories are mixed and jumbled. I can hardly tell the good from the bad anymore. There is still one period of my life that is clear to me. A time that, though I wish I could forget, haunts my soul to this very day. So I will tell you the story. A tale of love and adventure. A tale of misery and death. I tell you now the story of Captain Travis and his quest for the revenge on the great kraken that brought down is love's ship, the Follow the Wave.
The art in this project is absolutely stunning, by the way, for those who haven't seen it yet. It is absolutely amazing. I'm just going to take a minute here and quickly jump over to my Facebook and make sure that we're letting people know that we're live, because well, I see my sister had shared it, but I also noticed that we don't have the normal viewership we do, and I'm just nervous about the new circumstances of everything. So, and I didn't actually say, I forgot to say that we were going live, so I just wanted to share it on my timeline once, and we'll call people if we have to in here. But yeah, Follow the Wave could use some great amount of support to get it over the finish line. 89 backers, 6 days to go. We'll tweet it. Let's see if I'm set up on Twitter like I'm supposed to be. I had to reload Safari today, so I'm not sure if it's still signed. No, we're still signed in, so we're good. So I'm going to do that on Twitter. Twitter might be a new avenue for us to talk about, so definitely spread it through Twitter as well. You can email it to a friend and also tag a friend on social media. Support autism awareness. We were talking about this. We see this R4AU unit renamed with the permission of LucasArts. They travel around with this to different regions and different Comic Cons. And as I said, they're trying to go to Dragon Con. The reason Dragon Con is such a big show is it's very expensive. For those who don't know, staying in Atlanta is ridiculously expensive. Up to $250 to $350 a night, and that's directly from the Comic-Con hotel rates, which are usually cheaper. So that gives you an idea of ballpark of where it is and where it's at. So keep that in mind, guys, that you're helping them bring this so they can start a conversation about autism awareness. So please do help. It's in your hands to help make a difference with this autism awareness program. So please do take a moment and at least look at it. And if you don't want necessarily a patch, liking the page helps as well. You can find them on Facebook as well. Michael Metlin's The Butch the Butcher had amazing press today. Check out Written Sins for more.
We all have a breaking point, but the question becomes, how far do we reach past it until insanity becomes no different than being insane? Michael Melon's Butch the Butcher Part 1, in circa 1950s pubs, man-named Butch opens a deli and butcher shop with a loan from the mob. After not being able to pay the debt, the mob takes another form of pay. Butcher's world soon becomes hell. This is all sanity, becoming deranged inside God. Butch is no longer human by definition. He carries no emotion, no conscience, and no inside feelings. His heart and soul a black hole. Now Butch is not Butch anymore. Butch is now the butcher, and the mob is the meat on the menu.
I think that was me accidentally. So that's Michael Metlin's Butch the Butcher. Could use some help getting to be funded. Please share this on social media. Get it out there. We do appreciate the support of all indie comic book creators, especially when they're doing, I mean, he's doing a horror film type genre that's it's a little graphic, as you guys can see. Someone had asked me during an interview, because the interview I was talking about before this video, what I thought about it being so violent in this day and age, and I was like, well, that's the human nature, isn't it? We are violent. Humans are violent. To say that this isn't something that's part of us and to say that we need to limit talking about it is kind of asinine in a way to, I just honestly don't believe, I guess, in safe spaces and all that nonsense that you guys might hear. I don't know. To me, I think that sometimes challenging things is a good thing, if that makes sense. And not being afraid to be part of something is not necessarily a bad thing. So that's just me. You know, I could be wrong. But I think the book is great. I've seen the preview. I've seen it come along. I've seen his art come along. The storytelling is interesting. I definitely think it's got a market out there. We just have to help them find it. So that if you like horror or know someone who likes horror, please tag them in this. Here is the comic book that's been getting me into some trouble on social media. This is Fetish Baby's Aftermath.
What happened?
Sometimes surviving feels worse. I knew I was never in danger of dying, but I was in danger of having to live through those memories over and over again for years to come. A moment in time that I feared had stolen away my beloved fetishes.
What happened? Who is Bruce?
What's next?
What happened?
For months, people asked us after the release of Fetish Babies, what's next? Fetish Babies Aftermath is what's next. Come join us as the story goes into the after effects of a night gone wrong. Can Barbara regain the fetishes she feels are stolen from her? Is there a way for Barbara to live the lifestyle she's always dreamed of? Is this the end of Barbara and fetish altogether? Join us as we explore the answers in Fetish Babies Aftermath.
So, Facebook has determined that you can't show, I guess, sex or anything sexually related, which is absurd because they run ads for sexually related things, including something I pointed out today for orgasms. They also say that you can show things about sex if it's educational, which our book is part educational. I have no idea where the heat is coming from this title. I think it really is the fact that we did not buy ad space. So I could use a lot of help sharing this to shut Facebook up because I think censorship is death of art. I don't like it. I've never liked censorship. Even if I don't agree with someone, I think they have the right to have a stupid opinion. And that's just how I look at it. You know, if you want to have a right to have a stupid opinion, you want to get together and have a group of stupid opinion people and, you know, whatever. But if that group starts to cause a problem, then I could see there being a difference. And that's the trade-off. Everyone should be able to say whatever they want as long as they're willing to pay for the consequences. That's what people don't understand about freedom of speech. And art is supposed to be expressionism. If you guys don't like the idea of fetish, or you don't like the story once you read it, or you read the preview and you didn't like it, that's fine. But the fact that people are so closed-minded to make the decision on it based upon quick things, and I know that's the human nature. I get it. Everyone thinks they know shit by quickly reading a title or looking in the back of the book, you know, judging a book by its cover. If you all think you're good enough for that and this sucks, by all means, tell me I suck. But don't tell me I'm not allowed to talk about this, especially not in 2017, when for a lot of people, a fetish is not a choice. And that's the point of us doing a book like this, is to show that there's humanity behind fetishes. I'm joined with amazing Indie Comics Mega Pack. We're going to announce some people joining us tomorrow. I have some huge news about this. But so far, you see that I have the Cowgirl Ninja Niece, No Road Home, Pumpkin Rock, a sketchbook by Mr. Crawford, Armor #1, Villain #1, Johnny Scotch, Below Zero from my good friend Josh Dahl. These are all good friends of mine, by the way. Katrina, that was Pixie Dust. That's from Russell, good friend. Jesse Hansen has something coming. 2 more spots definitely filled already, so stay tuned. And then, of course, you get my collection, which I think is awesome, okay? Because I get to talk about NYR, Dark Justice Burns, and Gothic Blue all lit up. These are the first time I'm releasing them. Someone had encouraged me after the flood that they had read it and said it was really good. I don't think the art is good. The stories are good. It's my earlier work, so I don't think it's as good. But I'm excited to hear what people thought of my earlier work. I would like to try to launch or relaunch both Gothic Blue and Dark Justice. So I am excited to hear about feedback for that. And of course, and They Call Us Monsters. I'm very excited to be able to go to Spooky this weekend with that, and Fetish Babies and Jax the Andersons. So I appreciate all the support. So I wanted to do something special and give you this giant mega pack for 30 bucks. I mean, you're going to get hundreds of pages of reading for 30 bucks, all PDF, but all amazing. I can't scroll much further down. You guys are going to have to look on your own because I don't want anyone flagging the Facebook page as somehow inappropriate because of art. And we do have some art that's risque, but is not at all, I think, absurd. But in this new day and age with censorship of Facebook, I'm going to try to be respectful of the idiotic approach of censorship of art. And that's the best way I can put it. And probably the nicest way I can put it, but I'm still going to try to be respectful. I don't believe in censorship in art, so obviously this doesn't make me happy. But I don't want to spend all day talking about my project. I can do that on my own time. Let's move on. So that looks amazing, right? This is from Evolutionine, the group that's giving us the later Kickstarter about SFC. I've done amazing stuff. This all started out as a backstory to another story. It was a smaller story that's now been expanded into its own full comic book. They're doing amazing things. I love to support these guys. I love to be part of it. Please share this. Please get it around there. I know they're close to leaving a goal, but here's the thing. Their goal is only $800. It costs way more than $800 to make a comic book. So please help them get to a bigger audience by sharing it. You know, ultimately, guys, in the end of the day, it's all about us being a community and sharing things. And there's some great creators here trying to do great things, and they need our support. They're building a whole new universe, and, you know, sometimes going with $800, it's easier, especially now, man. It's Kickstarters are starting to, there are certain people, don't get me wrong, who start a Kickstarter, and you'll see it, and we have a couple on our thing. They just have amazing followings, you know, and that God bless them. You know, I hope to be able to figure out how to have that kind of following too one day. But the newer Kickstarters are now kind of struggling. And it really just comes down to there's a lot of content. There really is a lot of content out there. And for me, I'm tired of being on Kickstarter. I can't wait to be off Kickstarter myself. But I want to be there to support everyone who's on Kickstarter right now. And it's very hard to do so with the restrictions of Facebook. So it takes you guys to be part of this, to share things, to do a reminder, to give $1. And I do mean that. Please, just $1 for things you believe in. A share means the world. Please do that. Don't let creations like this go underfunded. And I mean underfunded because they should. Looks like a great comic book. I haven't read it yet. I actually think I have it to review it. I've just had such a backlog of work that I haven't been able to get to it. But this looks like an amazing comic book. It deserves support, and it deserves to go way beyond its goal of $800. So please help us, the indie comic book community. You guys as fans and creators, help make sure that these projects get funded and overfunded so creators can, you know, it takes money to make these comic books. They're not cheap. Love and energy that goes into it, especially when they're good. And these are good books coming out from this brand, so please help them. We're going to check into the Twilight Hotel.
Hotel is a 4-volume horror comic book series. It tells the story of a 100-year-old West Florida hotel that holds a very sinister secret. Built on land that was once the home of the most notorious plantation in all of North America, where thousands upon thousands of African slaves and Seminole Indians were murdered in ritualistic ceremonies. It is also home to an ancient evil and malevolent deity named She. With a supernatural ability to attract and influence people, she lures her victims to the twilight, where they are subjected to the deepest fears and nightmares.
Hi, I'm Michael Aaron. I'm the artist for Twilight Hotel. I love anything horror related, whether it's comics, books, movies, you name it. It's by far my favorite genre. The book has been challenging at times, but also a lot of fun and very rewarding. I do all my work in Photoshop CC, so it's all 100% digital from start to finish. We're currently in the middle of working on Volume 2, and we hope to have that done near the end of this year. Thank you very much for checking us out. It's very much appreciated. And with your help, we will bring you the rest of the story.
So that looks amazing. The great backstory there. This is definitely something to check out. And another indie comic book title. It's kind of struggling, but the good news is there's plenty of time to make up for it. So we definitely hope to see some movement, and that movement's based upon you guys helping out. Here is the Chronicles of the Few and the Cursed. We're going to see if, let's see if Philippe can join us. We'll go to Philippe. So tell him we're talking about his Kickstarter. I put his instead of your. Let's see, are you around? Let's see if he's around. Guy travels a lot, so he might be somewhere in the middle of a travel, but we'll see. I tagged him. So let's check out. That's Michael Metlin's. This is Fetish Babies. Here we go. Chronicles of Few and the Cursed. How cool is that? As a matter of fact, we're going to play it again because it was so short. And I really dig it. I think this is like one of the highest quality trailers that I've seen for Kickstarter. No, check out the art in this project. This art is mind-blowingly beautiful. I am always just taken back by how amazing this art looks in this project. I'm just in love with it. I've been a supporter of it since the very beginning. Philippe's a good friend of mine. I always get to see him. We run into each other in the weirdest places. We just saw each other last New York Comic-Con. We see each other a couple times in Miami. I think we even ran into each other in North Carolina, which I thought was surprising. That or was somewhere else. I don't remember because I've been so many places. How crazy is that? Philippe is here. Oh, man, Philippe. I was just talking about how we just saw each other in New York Comic-Con. Is there anything you want to tell the audience while Philippe's here? See, we should start tagging more of the guys to come in and talk about their stuff. Philippe, what did I miss about the Kickstarter if you're still with us? Because I just saw and looked up. While Philippe's talking about that, I just want to talk about, like, I mean, the beauty of the storytelling in this is amazing. I mean, you see this art, and you don't see art like this in every project. You really don't. This is one of those that stands above and beyond the normal realm of what you see. And it's a professional quality that is becoming more and more common in indie comics, don't get me wrong, but I mean, it is beautiful. And I like the different, one of the things I always like is that the artists in this seem to take chances with their storytelling panels. Philippe said he's around. He's thanks for tagging him. But I mean, the different panel work is amazing and beautiful. And 1,000 backers. That would be cool to see this get 1,000 backers. Where are we in backers for this project? So I would like to see this get 1,000 backers as well. I said it the first time I saw this. This is going to be a motion picture or something. This is going to be one of those that are going to make it. I will be shocked if this doesn't become a movie or some sort of property somewhere. 532 backers, 14 days. It is very possible to get what we want out of this. And the goal is 1,000 people to back it. And it's not a lot. I mean, 1,000 people is really not a lot to ask for. I'm going to thank Philippe for checking out the show and being part of it. I know he's a busy guy, so if he says anything, we'll jump back. But I do have to keep moving the show along, so we're going to go over the hour like we normally do. So we're going to leave this open, and we're going to talk about, let's see if Dirk Manning's around. Let's see. We'll call Dirk. We'll put Dirk, time for everything to burn on Kickstarter Talk. Let's see if we can get Dirk to stop by. Everything is about to burn on Kickstarter Talk. Now, normally I would do this in the background. If you've ever watched these and you heard, oh, I hope it becomes a movie too, Philippe. That's one thing I would love to see, that being a movie. That's one of the ones that I absolutely do appreciate as being one of my favorite titles. I always look forward to the continued adventures of the Few and the Curse. So keep them coming, Philippe, man. Keep them coming. All right, so let's see. Dirk, everything is about to burn on Kickstarter Talk. Join us. Let's see if Dirk's around. Dirk's another guy who's constantly busy. So I don't know if we're going to be able to get Dirk on the program, but we are certainly going to be able to talk about Dirk's Mystery Everything Burns Volume 4. Let's go to the video.
What is Tales of Mystery Volume 4 like? It's like this.
Hell invaded Earth for 3 days, and then it stopped.
While most of society believes that the world has returned to normal, Mystery is a magician who knows there's still monsters and demons left. And so starts the horror comic series, Tales of Mystery. In Tales of Mystery Volume 4, Everything Burns, we meet Mystery at a crossroads moment in his life. Expect extreme emotional highs and devastating lows in this story of love, loss, and yes, horror that will change Mystery and the world he lives in forever. Through this campaign, we're offering a Kickstarter exclusive hardcover edition of Tales of Mystery Volume 4, Everything Burns, that will never be made available again after the close of this campaign. This volume is written by me, Dirk Manning, illustrated by Seth the Moose, and colored by Anthony D. Lee, with a cover by comic book living legend and master artist Ben Templeston. Along with the book, we are also offering several other exciting add-ons and pledge levels, including Kickstarter exclusive t-shirts, religious candles, an opportunity to be drawn into the next volume as a cameo or supporting character, and even a social dinner and or professional consultation to talk about comics, Kickstarter, and more. Tales of Mystery is well loved by horror fans across the world as a true horror comic that features a non-traditional lead, strong female characters, and storytelling that isn't bound by corporate mandates. Because of this, you will get a rich, unpredictable, and emotionally investing horror comic experience where decisions matter, change is real, and in the end, everything burns. Check out the various tier levels below, pledge for what you'd like, and thank you for supporting good horror. All my marshmallows are burned up. All my marshmallows are burned up. How am I gonna get a s'more now? I don't know, 'cause all my marshmallows are burned up. That was a tragedy in one act by Dirk Manning.
So, marshmallows apparently should be a Kickstarter stretch goal reward. But, I mean, for those who've been following along, you guys know it. You know that this is the horror that brings horror like no other. So, I mean, I don't know what to say about Dirk's stuff other than you'd know. You'd all know better than I would. I mean, he's got a great following, one of the guys who builds a fan base, just absolutely knocking it out of the park. Obviously, we support him in any way that we can. You can get a cool enamel pin set. You can get digital burn. You get soft serve. He loves ice cream. If you don't know, that's what the ice cream references are towards. So definitely check it out. I mean, just amazing. You got Mr. Ree, Nightmare World ability in this. This is a quick way to catch up with his instant collection, his library. You can get a lot of his stuff, Kickstarter or writing consultation. So if you need some help, he's going to be able to be part of it, be part of helping you out. I think that's still available. You can be king of the con. You can meet him at Comic-Con, numerous conventions he's attending, and the two of you can grab dinner. I don't know if I'd want to take Dirk Manning out to dinner. Even if he was paying, I don't know if I'd want to eat that much ice cream. But so I'm pretty sure you'd wind up eating ice cream. But I'm trying to lose weight this year. So, I mean, this is an amazing Kickstarter. We could talk about it all day. We could talk about the amazingness that it is. But we have to move on. And we're moving on to Hacksaw Jim Duggan Comes to Wrestling Comics. Ho! Let's see the video.
Hey folks, I'm WWE Hall of Famer Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and you see me in the ring with Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant. Now I've got a chance to be on the comic books like Batman and Iron Man. From hacksaw from a young man through college, through pro football, to the world of professional wrestling and comic book form. Check this out and be part of it, tough guy. Ho!
WWE Hall of Famer Hacksaw Jim Duggan rumbles into comics with the Square Circle family of authorized biographies. Follow Hacksaw on his journey from childhood to sports to professional wrestling to his legendary victory at the inaugural Royal Rumble. Learn how he developed into one of the greatest to ever enter the ring and witness some of his greatest matches and behind-the-scenes moments. All in a story written by professional wrestling historian John Crowther and illustrated by Marvel and DC Comics veteran Rich Peraza. Hacksaw needs your support to bring this comic to print, and he's offering up autographed and exclusive items for backers of the Hacksaw Jim Duggan comic Kickstarter campaign, including an autographed 11x17 Hacksaw poster, multiple color options including Kickstarter exclusive and magazine-sized editions of the comic, a Hacksaw Jim Duggan logo sticker, autographed trading cards, comics, and action figures, opportunities to be drawn into comics and even to appear on the cover, original cover and page art, and original art commissions. Thanks for taking a moment to check out our Kickstarter campaign. We're excited to put Hacksaw Jim Duggan #1 in your hands.
So, I mean, how amazing is that? John has been bringing to life just so many different childhood memories into comic book form when it comes to these amazing things that he's been comics he's been doing, which Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Now he's going to be, I'm trying to see if it's quickly here. You're going to be able to meet the actual creator. This is where he was. I want to see if he actually has it up. Here we go. Comic Fest, Halloween Comic Fest, October 28th, 2017. He's going to be there as a special guest at Yancey Comics. That's near Tampa Bay. And we'll just give him a shout out. And we'll tell him that he was on the program. And the next person on the program is Replicator. So we'll tell Rob Arnold that he's on next. So we'll go, hey, John. Oh, that's when we shared the video. You got to go with it. Here we go. The original comments. Okay. We'll do @John. We'll put, ho, you were on this show. Okay, now let's do Rob. I'll talk about Replicator. Kickstarter talk. We are live. Join us. All right. All right, so we sent out some love messages. Just gonna go right over to Replicator. We're gonna, well, first off with the Hacksaw Jim Duggan, before we go any further, I want to just give you a look at the art, because the art's amazing in this. And here's a variant cover that you guys can see. There's some of the cards. He actually signed a Hall of Fame figure, action figure, where he put a Hall of Fame. So definitely an awesome project. Check out Replicator 1 and 2 though, because we want to see if Rob joins us. But make sure to back that. Oh, Rob. Oh, he has to put the baby asleep. Don't worry, Rob. We got your video to watch. But thanks for tuning in for a second and joining us. We'll take it from here. We'll make sure people back you.
Let me ask you a question. How far would you go to save the ones you love? Have you thought about it? Would you lie? Would you steal? Would you kill someone? Is there anything that you wouldn't do? Hi, I'm Rob, the writer creator of Replicator. Replicator is a post-apocalyptic science fiction story set in England. It looks at the dangers of what could happen if corporations are left to exploit science and technology for their own gain. It separates the rich and powerful and provides them safety inside a walled city and leaves the poor outside to die from disease and hunger. It shows how far someone will go for the person they love and what they're willing to become in order to save them. Issue 1 is complete and printed, coming in at a massive 32 pages, and we are a third of the way through issue 2. We've returned to Kickstarter to fund and print the remaining pages. Thank you so much for supporting Replicator. Pledge now. Cheers.
So that's amazing stuff right there. That's an amazing idea. You can see why it's been such a hit on Kickstarter. They've made their goal. He actually shaved half of his beard. There's a dedicated dude. We should actually see if we can see that picture since we're on now. I want to show you the dedication of creation that Rob has. Must be the name Rob. Very, very intense creators. Very good guys. These Rob guys. So here we go. Let's see now that it's loaded if we can get that picture. Oh, he shaved it all off. But a point, he actually there, the cute little kid with the mustache. There was a point where let's see, where is the beard picture? I'm trying to see it, trying to figure it out. There it is, that half beard. He did that when he got his first 100 backers, which I'll be honest with you, I'd love 100 backers, but I'm not going to shave my beard. I have a horrible chin. It would be a punishment to me to do that because I look really young. That's the only saving grace for it, is that I do look very, very young when I do something like that, but I look horrible too. So I would not do it. It's not going to happen, guys. They could get 200 and I wouldn't do it. There are just some things I'm willing to embarrass myself, but I just don't think I would do that. So credit to him. So Rob is doing great things with Replicator. Definitely an interesting story premise. The fact that, and I've dealt with something similar in Dark Justice, where there's a corporatized Manhattan like never seen before. So I definitely get his thoughts behind it, and I think it's very interesting. So I look forward to reading it, as I am a proud backer. Oh, John, you got back from the cardiologist? Everything okay, I hope? I hated going to the cardiologist. Made me run on a treadmill, made me wear things. I couldn't get upset for 24 hours. You know how hard it is not to get upset for 24 hours? I hope everything's good. We were just talking about Hacksaw Jim Duggan and the amazingness about it. You have anything to add? We went over the Kickstarter. Anything cool coming up? Maybe a Hacksaw Jim Duggan visit before the Kickstarter ends at a certain Comic-Con you want to plug? Let me know, John, and I'll read it out loud. Replicator has amazing art again. I mean, these Kickstarters are definitely raising the bar on what it is to be art indie comics. Your blood pressure's too low, I'll trade you. Mine's too high. Actually, I think I've been good with it, but I mean, geez, man. Too low? I mean, how do you even handle too low? Are they going to put you on meds for that? Like, I mean, for those who've never met John, John's a very chill guy. I could definitely see him having low blood pressure, but I'd be amazed if a doctor told me if they came to me and said I had low blood pressure, it would be a serious problem. Something would be wrong, or I'm heavily medicated. I'm always just on the fence of high blood pressure. I forgot what they call it, but if I watch my diet, I don't have to worry about my blood pressure, but it's always somewhat high. I apparently get stressed easy. Need to take me off the meds I'm on. Oh, you take a pill and then the pill makes you sick, right? That's the way of it. But how is the Kickstarter going? Any cool news about Jim Duggan, or maybe breaking the news about a new title that comes after Jim Duggan? You know, feel free. We're only going to tell a few hundred people. We're going to wait. Of course, with this, there's a few second lag because I'll get his message right away, but he might not hear me. So in the meantime, we're just going to quickly go back and remind you guys about Hacksaw. That's why I left it open. And this is the thanks for the shout out. 450 from funding, 2 weeks left. That's always good news. That's always excellent news. There we go. Yep, very close. I mean, you definitely made more than I have with my title, but doing great things. As of course, just started offering autographs with 2x4s. Oh, that's awesome. That's actually kind of cool. Is that actually on here? You know, it sounds like it'd be a nightmare to ship. Is it? You actually gonna officially ship 2x4s? Because that sounds like it would be very expensive to ship just from what I have shipped. But it would. I mean, as someone who's a fan of it, I actually have to tell my friend about that now. Because I was talking about your comics, and he loves wrestling, so he was interested in the comics. But now, if he could get a 2x4, I'm gonna have to tell him that. So how's that going to work? Is it shipped to your house? Do you have to pick it up at a Comic-Con? Oh, it's not bad. $6 to ship a 2x4. All right. I'm definitely going to tell him about that. How long is the 2x4? It's not going to be like a really big, like the one that he has in the wrestling ring, is it? Going to be one of those really long ones? Or is it going to be like a cut down just so he can have his signature on it type of deal? Which would be awesome. Still, I mean, just imagine that 2x4, the thing that Hacksaw Jim Duggan used to walk around with, autographed. And I'm not talking about the WCW one that was foam. We're talking real 2x4s. It'll smell like wood. It'll be your job to make sure that you protect it so it doesn't get ruined. I mean, they're pressure treated, most of them, but still, your job to protect them. It's going to be real. It is a mini. It should see it on the campaign. Let's see. Let's see. I must be missing it on the campaign. Autograph trading tops, the poster. Let's see. Here it is, the autograph 2x4 right there. Real wood, and they're cutting them, so that's awesome. Oh goodness, $30 level. Yeah, I found it. I might have to actually. I got to definitely tell my friend about that. I got to tag him in this now because he would love that. I'm going to have to tag him as soon as this video is over now. I think he would actually want to do. Let me see if I can call him into this right now. Let's see. Here we go. I'm going to put him at. Doing a shout out to my boy. Check it out. You can get a signed 2x4 from Hacksaw. And what's cool is he'll know what I mean. I wouldn't even have to do the Jim Duggan. Oh, the Rock and Roll Express. Oh, that's so cool. The script, for those who don't know, I believe you announced it, that he's, I think John announced this, I hope so. I hope I'm not blowing anything up, but he's doing the Rock and Roll Express. I swear I saw that you announced it, so I'm hoping that's okay to talk about. But yeah, Rock and Roll Express, wrestling fans, you'll know who they are. So they're getting their final, they're finally the respect they deserve in comic book form, thanks to John. We're in Replicator, not Hacksaw. So that's awesome. Nikolai #3. Lanny was a great guy. I actually met him at FusionCon. He's real good people. Bobby Fulton books are currently in production. Nikolai #3. That's so cool. I mean, you guys are gonna have you got to do like a WrestleMania at one point. One of those WrestleMania events that they do. You got to get like a signing when it comes to Florida again. Jack Swagger book. Oh. Jack Swagger was a good guy, too. I met Swagger. I hope that there's more coming from Swagger. I'd like to see him back in the ring. Jack Swagger, great performer. I think he was underutilized, which is a shame. I really don't think they utilized him the way they should have, and I hope he comes back stronger. We're seeing that where these, like AJ Styles, they go to Japan and they come back a lot stronger. So I'm definitely hoping that with Jack Swagger. And Killer Bees #2 is coming out, which would be cool. Killer Bees #1 was awesome. So definitely check that out. He just signed up an original Glow Girl, and another signing happening tonight. Oh, very cool. There we go. Where's the signing happening tonight? That's not tonight. The the thing we just looked at on your page, was it? I don't think it was at Yancey Street. Is that tonight at the Yancey Street? I can actually look, because we have it at the bottom. Let's see. I don't think that was tonight. I think that was this weekend, but I do have it on the list of things that are going on. Here it is. No, that's the 28th. Okay, so I'm not wrong about that. Via the internet. Okay. Gotcha. So are you going to do a Kickstarter live video with Hacksaw Jim Duggan anytime soon for them to look? Yeah, it's no, that's the appearance for Halloween. Yep. When you're there at Halloween Comic Fest on Saturday, I'll be over at SpookyCon right in Orlando. We'll be across the state from each other. I'll be over at Spooky hanging out with Richard Rivera of Stabby Bunny fame. And he did that amazing new Kickstarter, Shadow Play. That book is amazing. I've gotten to read it. So I can't wait for that. I hope it's at the table. I didn't actually get, I should ask him later today if that's going to be at the table. Good. Oh, man. This is a cool Kickstarter, though. I love the art in it. Keep up the good work, John. I got to move on, but thank you for joining the program. We're going to move on now. If you have anything else to say, just leave it in the comments and I'll make sure to read it out to people, but I do have to press on to our next Kickstarter, sadly. And this is from my good friend Cal. So while we wait to see if John had any closing notes, oh wait, not planning on seeing Duggan before the campaign ends. We'll be with Killer Bees and Brian Blair on November 19th in Clearwater. I don't know about November 19th. You mean Claremont? In Clearwater? Is that where Claremont is this year? Because I know I'm at Claremont on the 19th. Is there another one going on at the same time? Oh, you're welcome, John. Anytime. Anytime we can help promote your stuff. But I know that I'm at Claremont Comic-Con. Is that the one? Oh, okay. Yeah. Clearwater, I think there's a Clearwater coming up. Oh, man, there's so many in Florida. For those who don't live in Florida, it is ridiculous how many Comic-Cons constantly are in Florida. It is disgusting that, I mean, as creators, we don't even know where to go anymore because it really is a crapshoot. I'm not as good as John. Rob said I liked it when you were talking about Replicator. I'm sure you did, Rob. Okay, yeah, Claremont. Okay, so John's cool. So John's really cool. So he gets to go as a guest. I'm still paying for my table, and that's not a knock to John at all. John deserves to be a guest at these shows with the books that he's making. So I'm always proud to cover him and to see him at the events. So hopefully one day I'm on the same level as John and I can get some. I am a guest this year actually in Chicago, so I'm up north. I'm a guest. I got to be a guest in Florida though. I live in Florida now. I feel like it has to be something that happens. And the big goal, of course, is to be a guest at New York Comic Con, which is, oh, that would be so amazing to actually be a guest there. But yeah, Arnold, to talk to Rob about real quick about his Replicator, man. Credit to you, man. I see you doing the hustle on social media, man. You're one of the creators who's always talking about your stuff, very positive, very fun way. Very cool, man. I appreciate the hustle you show. I'm a backer too. John, I'm a backer. I'm into Replicator. I knew right away about Replicator. I think I'm a backer. I better be a backer. I'm not a backer. I'm not a backer on this. I think I'm a backer on my other, on the one that we're launching Fetish Babies off of. I didn't realize I was signed in on my phone to that. Yeah, I try. I would like to do more, honestly, is what Rob said. But you have to watch how much you do now with the way Facebook is. You do too much, and they just peg you, man. I'm constantly getting dinged lately for promoting things that are not even my own stuff. Like, I'm trying to help people out, and I'm getting dinged. So you got to be careful with how much you talk about anything now, because the algorithms and stuff are becoming impossible. You guys can hear someone's cutting their grass on that. They backed each other. That's so awesome. I'm glad I could bring you guys together in the chat room. I'm just going to close up. I think the lawnmower moved away. Lawnmower next door was cutting. We actually have like doors open today because it's so beautiful outside. But It's a nice day in Florida for once. So I've backed John's as well. John does great stuff, man. John's an amazing creator. He really is. I can't even type right now. I'm like talking to two people's work that I really like, so I'm all fanboy now. But I mean, amazing stuff, great creators on our list, and it's just a pleasure to be able to support you guys because you guys are doing some amazing things. Let's see if Cal's around. So I mean, like anything, share. And let's talk about Altar Life. We do have to move on. I wish I could spend more time on just the topics, but Lord knows my son is getting anxious in the bedroom. So, and we've already been over an hour.
Hello, my name is Caleb Toussaint. I'm the writer and creator of Altar Life. As you can see, I'm very passionate about this project. I've been working on it for a couple of years now, and we are on the 4th issue of the 5-issue series. We're going strong. We hope we can keep going and bring some new readers along the way with us. Remember, I'm consistent with my product. I'm consistent with my timing. We are doing these back to back until they're finished. So you will not be waiting around for issue 5. It will come shortly after this one is finished through production and printed. Once I ship them, we start the next issue on Kickstarter pretty much immediately. Altar Life is a bit of a love letter of mine to all the great science fiction stories I read and watched growing up. And it's just something that I think I would want to pick up and read had I stumbled across it here or somewhere else. And I hope it's something that you all will fall in love with as much as I have.
Now, this is an amazing project. It's been going. We've talked repeatedly about how amazing this creator is, how he at one point failed and didn't let failure stop him. He didn't even look at it as anything but a bump in the road. And now we're at issue number 4. I know it's a 5-part, I believe, so we're getting real close to the end. So this has been great to watch it grow and to be able to cover it. And I'm very proud of Caleb, and definitely give it a share and give it a like. It's got some room to go, 19 days to go. It's got to make that goal, and it's up to us to make sure we get them there. So please talk about it on social media and make sure to back it. Let's talk about Tomb. I'm going to have to go a little bit of a lightning round now. So we're going to watch the Kickstarters. These have a little more legs to them, starting later in the program. So we're just going to try to get through them all because we are running a little behind our time-wise. Usually by now I'm definitely signing off, so we're just going to kind of speed through the last couple of these and check it out. I see Alex joined us. Alex, go back to the video. I'll explain later. Now I'm just going to turn down the video because, of course, Facebook could wind up hearing the music and tagging us, so there'll be a copyright on YouTube. So I don't know if necessarily that'll come up as a copyright thing, but just to make it easier, I'll turn it down. It looks amazing, though. you have to admit, this is something like, I know my wife would hate it because she loves Christmas. But with the way that Christmas kind of invades Halloween, I love this right now. I can't go to a store right now without seeing Christmas stuff up. So this actually makes me very happy. So this is on Kickstarter now. It is ready funded. Be sure to check it out on the list. It is an amazing project from Kim Roberts. Kim Roberts is one of my favorite indie comic book creators. I don't say that loosely. We're going to talk about Romney right now. I guess we're not going to talk about Romney right now. Romy, I'm sorry. Let's call it Romy. For some reason, that actually wound up going away. Cal, you just missed it. We went through your Kickstarter. Sorry. If you have anything to add, we went over the video and all that good stuff. Let us know. I'll read it to the audience. I told them to definitely share it and to give it out to their friends. Make sure they're tagging their friends. Oops. We're going to have to open that in an actual window. So here is Romney. In the meantime, Caleb, let me know what you got for me to talk to people about. This is by Dan DeMille. Now, unfortunately, they're using a copyrighted song for this, which I have to watch. So Romney is coming back, popular demand. No longer a one-shot. We are turning #1 for an ongoing series. We're fine-tuning #1, sorry. They're going to be at the Las Vegas Comic-Con. Anytime. Caleb said, thanks for sharing. Anytime, Caleb. Let me just make sure that they're not. Yeah, because of the copyright, I have to watch that. The art in it looks really cool, man. That's Dan DeMille, who I haven't seen it. We love covering him on our site. This looks fantastic. I'm trying to read down here. She's also a person. It looks very interesting. I wish we could play the music, but it is unfortunately definitely going to come up as a copyright thing, and that could wind up stopping our video. So we're just going to cut the video right now just because we're running out of time. We'll show it in entirety next week. I wanted to show the rest of it, and the art in this is just fantastic. I wanted to see if they actually mentioned who the writer on it is. Romney started as a joke between friends and is based on the very real Stefan Danielson. Valor's Kickstarter launcher Romney will keep the original dark humor comedy. All right, so this is actually, I believe this is, yes, this is Stephanie. So the character is actually based on her. So that's kind of cool. And Valor Printing is launching with this. So definitely keep it in your list of Kickstarters to back. It looks amazing. Some news from Caleb. Caleb says that there's going to be more Ink October images coming to Kickstarter this Friday. The first two, if you didn't realize, went really, really fast. I did see that. I think they were gone. One of them was gone within just 30 minutes of posting it. It was insane. So that's not for Romy. That's for Alter Life. Just to make sure that you guys realize that we're not talking about Romy now. We're going to move on. I hate being behind the 8 ball at time. We're actually going on 90 minutes, which might set a new record for this show. But we're going to talk about Solus now. If it lets us play the video. There we go. All right, that's Soulless now on Kickstarter. Close to making its goal. Not a big goal, but close enough that it's very cool. Help them get over. Share the project on social media. We're going to have to try to go a little harder and faster to get through this. So we're going to check out this video, which is really cool, actually.
So as you exit the Iron Forest, you notice a large Kickstarter campaign in the distance. Its voice calls out to you and bellows, "Advanced Death Saves."
What does it look like?
Advanced Death Saves is an original comics anthology featuring 30 stories from various creators. They're about our favorite RPGs, our favorite characters, and what happens when they ran out of hit points.
You mean all the characters we spent so much time making up only for you to kill them?
Yes.
I'm casting Detect Cover.
You detect a 200-page, full-color hardcover book. What are you rolling for? I don't know.
Can we tell if Death Saves is advanced?
While the original Death Saves was just for fantasy gaming, Advanced Death Saves opens it up to include Western, space opera, mech combat, even superhero games.
Horror too?
Yes. We're lucky enough to have Chaosium's Call of Cthulhu provide an original map drawn by none other than Jason Thompson.
I use my once-a-day divination power to sense what the stories are like.
You sense that some of the stories of Advanced Death Saves are hilarious, others tragic, others something else entirely. They're just as wild and unpredictable as the games themselves. What are you rolling?
Attack it.
It kills you. You die.
What kind of loot does this Kickstarter have for the backers?
Backers to Advanced Death Saves will receive hardcover copies of the book, copies of the original Death Saves, sketch cards featuring artwork by the creators themselves, pages from the book, and a chance to have your likeness slain within the pages of Advanced Death Saves.
So I'm guessing the Kickstarter campaign is about a month?
Yes, exactly.
Does it have a shipping partner? So we'll be able to get the book to backers by the end of the year?
Thankfully, yes.
Is there anything else?
Advanced Death Saves is only possible because of our amazing contributors, backers, and fans. So thank you. Let's work together and make sure that Advanced Death Saves is the best book possible. Everyone, roll initiative. Except for you, Jordan, you're still down. 4.
Now, as a writer, I can tell you role-playing actually helped me stretch my muscles during a time period where I had kind of given up writing, so it wound up, I think, even inspiring me to become a writer again. So I was very thrilled to see a project like that. So definitely interesting and definitely worth a look. Moving on to SFC Tag Team. Let's check out what's going on this time around. So that was SFC, amazing project brought to us by the Evolutionine brand. Always thrilled to see what's next with them. I got to see this book the first time in a review. Angelica Rains shows up in it. This is a jump off point. We talked about that earlier in the day, and here's what I meant by it. Hold on. I'm going to try to call up that thing. For those who have Apple, you understand that sometimes the page, in a way to save memory, basically the pages go to sleep. So when you jump back, it has to reload them. It's a good idea unless you're doing a live video. Then it can cause a little bit of lag time. But here we go, and here it is. So the future goes through the SFC tag team. This was posted today. If you like Angelica Rains and are anticipating the solo series by the awesome talents of Brian L. Hawkins, Madeline Holly Rosining, and Greg Anderson, Elise, and Jenny Wood, you should grab SFC Tag Team. This is now on Kickstarter. So big things coming with this Kickstarter under tow. So this was the list this week, and I just wanted to show you guys the list on a landing page, and this has now been put into the countdown this week. You guys can bookmark this, and then every week go back to it. It automatically and organically changes every week. And you'll see the things that we update, like right after I get off of here, I'm going to wind up taking this off and prepare for our next show, which will be this evening, the news, WSN News. So that's interesting that this will continually update on its own if you bookmark it. So every once a week, you can check it and see what's new, see what's gone off the Kickstarter, and see where you are. Someone that suggested we put end dates on the list. We might start doing that in the near future to show when something is going to be running out of time. So that might be something that we have gotten a suggestion. So near future. I don't know if I want to put we tried the end dates when we first started this, and I didn't know if it helped or hurt, but we're going to look at maybe putting them into the comment section down here. But this is it. Keep it in your list there, and that has been Kickstarter Talk. Sorry it ran later today, but thank you for John for coming on. Caleb came on. Rob came on. Thank you for everyone who stopped by. These have been our Halloween Kickstarter. This is actually the list here. You guys are getting to see in the raw as we're going to build it, and this will wind up going to our Kickstarter records of launches because it's launched off of Kickstarter. So once again, congratulations to the creative team behind Where Spider. All right, guys, we're going to sign off of YouTube right now. And oops, there it's going to pop up the Finder. I hit the wrong button. Maybe not. All right, so we're going to sign off of YouTube now, and we'll catch everybody next week at Kickstarter Talk.